Hi, hello. So, in today's video, I'm doing my first ever collab with Nell's Digital Art. I'll link it in the description, and I'll put here's a picture of their channel. So, this wasn't like a super involved collab. We did a color palette challenge. I'm gonna send her over. I implore you to watch the other half of the collab, so that, well, obviously that's the whole point of a collab, is to see the other person's part. If you're new here and you like my art, you know, like and subscribe. If you're already subscribed and you're not new here, like and share, comment, boost this. Okay, I'm done chilling now. My links are for everything, or everything's in the description. So anyway, I have a Discord server. Anyway, on to the actual video. So both of these ideas are very fantasy inspired for what I did with the palette that me and Nell agreed on. So my first idea was like a half dragon character. So one of the biggest, I guess, influences in me drawing in the art style I do and the characters I do and why I even like anime was because the first anime I watched was Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and that anime has a lot of cursed things about it, but there's something very nostalgic I still love about it, and it, like, I buy dragon everything, and it's literally because of that show. I became obsessed with dragons and half dragon characters that I'll just doodle sometimes. So this is one of those characters. This was my first sketch. I ended up not going with it, mostly because I didn't want to render the dragon, and I ended up not really liking the idea by the end of it. I think it's a nice idea, but the character design wasn't as thought out as it should have been, and I think I could have done something a little bit more interesting. Also, the way the dragon is kind of in an awkward spot. So I just decided I would do a different sketch. For the next sketch, what I end up doing is a lot different. It's still fantasy, but I have to explain what is going on. So for the second picture that I drew, I love designing D&D characters that I don't even know are playable. I just like the idea of them. So I thought of this idea. I tried out doll customizing. It never really went well, and I only made like 3 dolls, and none of them have turned out spectacular. But I learned I love the look of ball joints. There's something so wonderfully strange about joints, doll joints, that I just really like to draw. So this is a living doll character. Obviously, if I make her an actual character, she will have clothes. I just really wanted to draw doll anatomy. I thought, I was ooh, let's do doll anatomy, and then I was this color palette, it's very cute. But I saw all the light colors and all the darker the lighter colors and the darker colors, and I was ooh, I could use this as a lighting experiment to play around with tone and because usually when you're lighting something, you use the darker version of that color and the lighter version of that color to for light and shade. But I was well, if I'm only constricted to use these colors, pretty much, I only break the rule for the background just for contrast purposes. But other than that, and other than using the multiply layer for this drawing, I used every color religiously. I even used the same colors basically to sketch, except for the background, which I ended up scrapping because I was lazy. I also changed this character from having short hair to long hair really fast because I realized it was more doll-like to have long hair. Yeah, Nels is a lot different than this, like a lot. So, you know, I wouldn't say I went crazy, but I did. I did have a lot of fun painting this because I know we're still in the sketching phase of it, but overall, because it was a challenge, because all the colors except for the two pinks and the pinks and the blues don't really like go into the lighting very well. So overall, this was a challenge. Yeah, for the sketch, I should talk about the sketch. I'm just looking at the color palette right now. For the sketch, I try to make the sketch at a bit of a perspective, like you're looking down, and I had an idea of just like general about to have do arson with this character. I don't know why. I was just like, that's a good idea, and I just went with it. That's not how you should draw, but it's how I drew. But yeah, for the character, I gave her pretty generic, what I would imagine on a doll traits for the whole, again, living doll character idea. I don't know. I might play around with this more because I really do like the concept, at least the concept of a character with like ball joints and stuff. So I think it's kind of like weird and spooky. But here I am making the lighting that I think I'm gonna do, the lighting plan. I ended up not completely following this because I gave her base colors and I kept the lighting the same general colors, but you'll see. For the line art, I did use my usual line art. I did paint for, like, I did mostly paint for this, but I did paint under line art, mostly because I highly recommend IBS Paint except for one thing, because I can't figure it out without it looking bad, which would be painting without line art. Every time I've attempted painting without line art on IBS Paint X, it has colossally failed. This might just be a skill issue for me, but I usually just don't because I can't figure it out. But that's why I also have Clip Studio Paint. It's just I've worked on Clip Studio Paint so much, I'm kind of like, my eyes are burned from seeing the logo and the black screen, and it slows down my computer really bad. Anyway, anyway. I don't have anything actually I would recommend if you have the money for Clip Studio, but that's unrelated. So my liner, I did my usual liner. For the eyes, I've been starting to do this new stylistic thing where I paint in the eyelashes and the eyebrows a little bit and the eyeballs. I think because my style is slowly, even though there's still line art, it's slowly getting more and more rendered, that rendering out the eyelashes and the eyeballs just helps because I multiply and I like lighten my line art, so it's weird doing that to the eyelashes, and then everything is so rendered, it's weird to just have these 2D eyelashes like randomly stuck on. At least that's how I felt about it. And obviously it's a stylistic choice and anyone can do that, but for me I felt like it was really taking it out of my art, so I decided to start painting the eyes. I also just started to do this thing where I would blur the colored part of your eye, the eye a little bit around the edges to blend it in. I've seen it done on other people's art and I think it makes the eyes look a lot more like pretty for some reason. I also don't have to worry about shading them as much because I love shading eyes, but I also hate shading eyes because I can never consistently do it. I always do it differently every time, including this time. But this time was different because I had a challenge to do. So once I got done painting the eyes, I painted them with a pink base and then that yellow and then I think the darker pink on the top. But after I was done doing the eyes, I did the base colors. I used the lighter blue on the hair and then that lighter pink for the like skin tone, in quotation marks, skin tone, because this is a doll, this character's not a human, does not have human skin. And then I got that darker color and I hit multiply just to help that whole lighting situation, so these colors could be like desaturated a little bit and brought back. And then I shaded the teeth and I used all the colors and basically a gradient from yellow to dark blue to create that effect with some blending. Then I shaded the body with the darker pink, and then I shaded it with the darker blue, the lighter blue and the darker blue. The darker blue definitely did a lot more than the lighter blue, but the lighter blue was useful, like especially around the hand where the shadow wasn't going to be as intense. I made a big and then I did the hair. I will say this drawing did not take me very long because I only had skin and hair to render. It was kind of nice. I didn't have to render a bunch of accessories. It was just boop, 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 done. But for the hair, I used that darker color a lot, and then I darkened it down just a little bit to add a little bit of texture. And then for the lighting, I got the orange, not orange, but it's like a brown, the light brown, sort of yellow color. And I put it down along with the light pink was helping because I wanted the gradient to look like it was going from a light pink to that darker color. And for the hair, when I shaded it, I did the yellow and then I did the darker pink and then the light blue to help that gradient. To help with that gradient so that it wasn't like super muddy, or not muddy, but you know, the lighting made sense from what I was doing it. I did use add and multiply, but I only used it with the colors from the color palette. And then I did blend the colors, but I wasn't trying to make new colors. I was just trying to be in my art style. Overall, I really like this piece. It's kind of edgy. I'm not even gonna lie to it, but I'm kind of getting into Halloween season for myself, so more edge for me because I love drawing spooky for Halloween. It's my favorite. Thank you for watching this video. This is a collab, like I said. So I'm gonna show her channel again. Nell's Digital Art. Go watch. I don't know if we're uploading at the same time, but you can follow. Go watch her half of the collab. Here's a little teaser of the picture so that you guys are anticipating and will go do it because I'm asking nicely. Go watch her their half of the collab. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.